and also I know this stuff that's going on with the Houthis. Apparently that really doesn't bother the Israelis. What it bothers is maybe a few Israeli oligarchs who own shipping companies. They're like, oh no, but
they're not just going after Israeli ships. They're going after anybody who shows up in there.
Exactly, and that's why it's a problem for Europe and China, because that's where that's the trade between Europe and China goes through.
That's a hugely important shipping lane.
Yeah, for China.
I think the Likud party has been pretty.
I like seeing Europe do poorly
outspoken about the Houthis, right? Like it's not just Israeli bureaucrats. Like it's the main party in power. Netanyahu's party.
Well,
has a problem with it.
Well, the Houthis are.
China spoke out against the Houthis. Nobody likes the Houthis.
Well, I mean, Iran likes
the Houthis in Iran. They're like, like this, but
Hamas,
North Korea loves them.
I feel like Hamas very openly at this point acknowledged that they in part did what they did on October 7th because they were trying to draw in outside forces and turn it into a larger regional Hezbollah and more Iranian proxies.
Hezbollah is whoever runs Hezbollah, that's a smart cookie, as Trump would say. Because he didn't do shit.
He would
all his like okay, I'm sure they financed them and they influenced them, but whoever the guy who flies that Hezbollah flag, not an Iranian flag, that guy who's in charge of it decided not to get involved. There was some fighting in the north, like southern Lebanon and northern Israel, but like they certainly didn't. The Hamas was not successful ultimately in turning it into something much bigger. I guess the idea is that for the Abrahamic Accords and the normalization of between Saudi Arabia and Israel, Hamas felt like, okay, we need to pop the fuck off because it's kind of now or never. Yep.
But it fucking sucks because now they're just so much further away from a Palestinian state, and it's not like the Palestinian people in Gaza have a say in terms of like military operations.
Yeah, they're just getting destroyed every single day.
Somebody challenged me the other day to solve that thing. It took me 15 minutes. Solve the whole fucking thing.
Really?
You gotta have it. So a two-state solution is going to be non-negotiable. But here's the thing. Here's what will make everybody happy. You know that maybe it's off the coast of the UK. They call it Sealand or something. It's like the world's smallest country. They just got a little platform out there.
Sure.
That's where the Palestinians go. And look, here's the thing. We, the United States, just sent a boat out of Virginia, and they're heading to, you would guess it, Israeli waters. They're going to build them a pier so that we can more readily give them things.
I think we should. I think it should be left up to chance entirely.
Build a couple of oil rig platforms out there. Set them up with some tents.
When you say leave it up to chance, if like the current like pressure that the Biden administration and other international forces are putting on Israel is to not permanently occupy Gaza. So like if Trump wins in 2024, for example, it's pretty obvious that he's going to give Netanyahu like the full green light just to annex Gaza. And then it's like, I don't know, maybe Egypt is just forced to take in refugees. Like, I don't know how that's going to.
They won't.
No, it would be Europe that would be forced to take them, or us probably, right? Because Egypt has already stated they're not going to take any.
No, send them to fight in Ukraine. That's how
I was going to say,
for everyone.
Coin flip. Then all the head Jews and the head Palestinians have to be like, whatever the result of this is, we will abide. Loser of the coin flip, their whole group goes to Madagascar.
It has to be a two-state solution, but Netanyahu has to be ousted democratically, and Hamas, they can't remain in power. That's just not tenable, I don't think. Do you guys think, like, I don't know, do you guys think it's obviously a really complicated issue, but like, do you think that some level of force is justified in the pursuit of like disarming Hamas?
I mean, I think that I think the amount of force that Israel is showing is absurd, and that they are waging a destructive campaign against the Palestinian people right now. And that's clear by the video evidence.
Nazi.
And it's absurd. So
bigot.
Bigot, Nazi,
hate monger.
Hate monger. I don't think that we're going to solve an issue, an ethnic conflict 1,000 years old. And so I don't want to be involved with Israel whatsoever or with Palestine. It's not our business. It doesn't help us to be involved. It makes us global foes the world over. It's negative. It costs $1 billion, and it's
why 9/11 happened.
Taylor's pretty consistently isolationist, whereas I prefer the hypocrite route and choose battle by battle.
Yeah, I said the same thing about Ukraine and Russia. I don't care what the Ukrainians and Russians
because I'm the guy that likes the United States to have its fingers in all the pies. When I see those Pacific fleets start sailing out, spreading out, taking control of entire regions. When I watch those YouTube videos about how much firepower like this boat or that boat has, I like that shit. I like that the world runs on dollars, and people can pretend like they're going to switch to something else all they want. They won't.
Well, a lot of people call that like American imperialism. Like I don't know if you guys have ever seen like that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the bullshit map?
We should take Mexico.
I haven't seen the bullshit map.
There's a bullshit map that goes around online where it's like an American flag where like every American military bases in the world, except it's like clearly bullshit because they have like bases in Iran and stuff. It's like, wait, what the fuck? But
those are really
like, and they don't know about those.
I used to look at it the same way for a really long time. But the only country I think that doesn't want American bases in their country is Cuba. I think, and then everybody else, like we work closely with the Somalian government to like help them deal with their problem with terrorism, and like there's no country that like is pissed that America has a military base like in their backyard.
Does Haiti have any? They could use a few.
I mean, Russia doesn't like it.
They keep asking, but we keep saying no.
You're not blaming NATO for the Russian invasion, are you?
No, I was saying that's why Russia justified it. Is they're saying that Putin said we don't want military bases in our border in Ukraine, and then we're like, we're going to do it. And
they also
was like, well, fuck
they're liberating Ukraine from the Nazis that run them.
Yeah, I'm not defending Russia. I'm saying like that's their rationalization for it. Like Putin did say years ago, like I'm going to do something if you try and do this.
My goal was to discredit Russia because I think the reality is nothing. What the reality is and what they say are completely unrelated. The real reason they took Ukraine is they wanted the land, they wanted the bread basket, they wanted the warm water course.
He was surprisingly transparent in his interview with Tucker Carlson. Like he was very surprisingly transparent, where he just pretty much came out and said, like, that we have a historical right to this land.
Dude, that guy is obsessed with Russian history. Don't get in a debate with him about 800s leaders of Russia.
I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know why that's surprising to anybody. It would be surprising to me if Biden couldn't. Well, if younger Biden couldn't regale you about the founding fathers in great length. You know what I mean?
If we made our presidential candidates list our existing presidents? That would be so funny.
You can't because it's not like your wheelhouse. It's not the world that you've existed in for 45 years. For him, it'd be like you not knowing about chlorination and versus saltwater pools or some shit.
Right.
like you know.
Yeah.
Well, the founding father of the saltwater pool, Ergen Meyer, born from humble beginnings in East Pennsylvania. Like you probably know that kind of shit. Like,
well, Putin had a very interesting take on history at a couple points where he was talking about Poland. Like he basically was like, well, Poland basically forced the Nazis and the Russians to come in and carve up the country. And so he's very like openly said that the biggest political catastrophe of the 20th century was the disillusionment of the Soviet Union. So like, it's pretty clear like what his goals are. I don't know.